I've got a couple of my favorite type of penny boxes to hunt, a few from the Northeast. I want to thank Ocean, one of my subscribers, for sending them to me in a trade, because now I get to hunt them. Obviously, I'll be looking for pennies for my Dansko Lincoln album, but because it's the Northeast, we'll see if we can slot any Canadian cents as well. Stay tuned for another 2-box penny hunt, and fingers crossed, they're full of goodies. Hey everyone, it's RobFindsTreasure and welcome back to my channel. I have a 2-box penny hunt like I said in the intro, and both of these boxes are from the Northeast, more specifically Rhode Island. Because they're from Rhode Island, I'm expecting to maybe get some Canadian small cents, so hopefully we can slot some cents in this album, as well as maybe some oldies and some varieties, and maybe I can slot something in the Lincoln Penny album as well. Through the first 253 boxes we've hunted so far, we have slotted 208 out of 234 cents. We're just missing 26 of them, although they are ones with mint marks, and I don't know how we're going to do with mint marks from the Northeast, but I've scored my fair share of copper and my fair share of wheat cent finds from the Northeast, and I get to look for a lot more varieties because a lot of the varieties are Philadelphia minted, and that's the area that supplies the Northeast. All right, enough said. This is going to be episode number 136, and it's boxes 254 and 255. And obviously, throughout the video, I'll have all my finds filmed. And at the end, we'll compare the finds to the albums to see if we have any of those upgrades or additions. For now, let's go ahead and kick it off with the unopened box and see if we have anything fancy on the top side. I think I spied a Canadian small cent penny on the bottom, so it looks like we at least have one Canadian cent. But like I said, I fully expect to find more of my fair share in here of these because we do get more pennies in the Northeast, or these Canadian pennies, I should say. Man, that box was jam tight. All right, I don't see any wheat cents as far as on the end coins, but it's what's on the inside that counts. I'll clean that box up, we'll get the hunt going, and I'll bring you in if and when I get a first find. Roll number 4 of the box is going to give us our first wheat cent, and it's going to be a 50s, a 1956 Denver. Just grabbed roll 5 out of the box, dropped it down, and look what popped out of the back. Wheat cent number 2. It's got some damage, and it's a 1944 Philadelphia. Same roll, wheat cent number 3, 1946 Philadelphia. Still the same roll, we have our 4th wheat cent, 3rd of the roll. Black in 1956 Denver again. Roll number 6 is already going to give us our 5th wheat cent, and I already saw it. It's a 1955 Philly. Don't see the double die, but we'll just check it for that poor man's doubling, and it is not it. Either way, 5 wheat cents in the first 6 rolls. Box is off to a hot start. Roll number 13, wheat cent number 6. Reverse facing, a 1945 Philadelphia. Roll number 15 is going to give us 2 wheat cents, which will make 7 and 8. Wheat cent number 7 is a 1941 Philadelphia, so we'll quickly check it for any of the 3 different DDOs at the date, on Liberty, and the motto. And I don't see it, but it's our oldest find of the box, 1941. And then we have another one peeking out back here. This will make already number 8 for the hunt. It's another 1956 Denver. Roll number 17. 9 wheat cents found. The 9th one is a 1942 Denver, I believe. And it is. 2nd oldest of the box, and it has a Denver mint mark. Roll number 18 is going to have 3 finds in it, 2 wheat cents and a Canadian cent. Wheat cent number 10 already is a 1953 Philly. Wheat cent number 11 is a 1952 Philly. And then we have another Canadian cent. It's just going to be a 1981, but it's our 3rd of the hunt as well. Roll number 22, we've made it to a dozen wheat cents already. Another 1946 Philadelphia. Roll number 23 is going to give us a couple of more wheat cents, so we're going to have number 13 and number 14, and number 13 looks really old by the reverse. And I don't see a date on there. Let's take a look at it under the scope. I can't quite make it out. Could be a 40-something. Could be a 20-something too. Let me see if I can figure out what that one is, and I'll come back to it. But while I have you here, the other wheat cent in the roll is a 1944, and that's kind of what that one looks like. But Let me wipe it away and see if I can figure it out. See if I can see a date on there. Could be a 20-something, like a 25. I'll have to see. Let me take a look at it and bring you guys right back. Well, I've got that wheat cent under the scope, and I've done everything to try to make the date out. I think I can make it out, but it's pretty tough. I think it's a 1917. That's for sure a 7 right there. Pretty sure that's a 1, and it might be a Denver mint mark, or it could be an S as well. Can't tell if it's a Denver or a San Francisco, but I'm pretty certain it's a 1917 Denver or San Francisco. Luckily, we have both of those in the book. I can't really work on it too much more and do anything else to it without really scraping it up, and I don't want to do that. So we'll call it a 1917 Denver or San Francisco, put it on the board, and it's good to see an oldie in the box. That now makes, what is that, 14 wheat cents through 23 rolls. Well, I just dumped out roll number 26, and I'm telling you right now, it looks like there's a lot of wheat cents in it. Just flattened it out because I saw that I had a 1944 there. Then I saw a wheat cent there. Then I see I have a wheat cent there. I see a Canadian cent. And I caught a glimpse of a 53 back here. So we know we have 2 obverses and 2 reverses shown, plus a Canadian cent. We already have 14 wheat cents on the board. This is going to make 15, 16, 17, and 18 for sure. Let's pluck them out. The first one, like I said, is a 1944. We'll take that one. Where does it go? Right there. The second one is reverse facing. It's another 1945 Philly. The third one, it's another 1941, so we'll quickly check it for that, or one of the different 3 DDOs this coin has, and I don't see anything at the date. Don't see anything at Liberty. And nothing at the motto, so we'll put that on the board as well. And then the final one that I know I could see is a 1953, and that's a Denver. Now, obviously, there could be more in here, but I don't see anything at first glance. And while I have you here, we'll go ahead and grab that Canadian cent. And the Canadian cent is going to be a 1976. All right, 18 wheat cents now through 26 rolls, unless I find another. Very next roll, roll number 27, is going to give us our 19th wheat cent of the hunt. Wow, 1956 Denver. We have a few of those, but we're 1 away from 20 wheat cents in this box. Same roll, we've made it to 20 wheat cents already. This time it's a 1953 San Francisco. Did not expect to see very many S mints in this box, but we have one, and it's our 3rd from that year. Roll number 28, wheat cent number 21. That's a 1953 Philadelphia. Roll number 34. Finally got another wheat cent. It had been a little bit, but it's number 22. And I think it's a 44D, so we could check it for that D over S over mint mark, but I don't see it. 1944 Denver. Roll number 42. Wheat cent number 23. And I think that's going to be a 1936. It is. Let's see if it has the DDO on there. Well, there's a few different DDOs. Don't see it at the date. Nothing on Liberty. I don't see anything on the motto either. 1936 Philadelphia, our first from the 30s and our second pre-1940s. Roll number 45. Wheat cent number 24. 1 away from half a roll. And that's another 1941 Philadelphia, so we do need to double check it really quick to see if we see any of the doubling. Which I do not, but we'll still take it. Roll number 46 will give us our 25th wheat cent and was almost another ender, second from the end. It's another 30s. 1934 does have a double die obverse under the date. I don't see it. We don't need it, but it's good seeing our second from the 30s. Unfortunately, we only have 4 rolls left, but we have half a roll of wheat cents found in the first box. Roll number 48 is going to give us another wheat cent. Unfortunately, it's one we already have, but fortunately, it's another 30s. A 1930 Philadelphia. Would have been nice to have a mint mark. Still wouldn't have needed it, I don't believe, but always good to see our 3rd from the 30s in the box and 4th pre-40s. 2 rolls left. Can we get a few more? Same roll, we got another one just a few coins later. Surprised I didn't see it. Wheat cent 27 is a 1946 Philadelphia. We have finished that first box of pennies, and it was a dandy. 27 wheat cents on the board, including 4 pre-40s. That 1917, I believe, hard to see date. The 1930, the 34, and the 36, all Philadelphia. And of course, a nice amount from the 40s and some from the 50s. Canadian cents were good. We got 11 Canadian cents in that box. Nothing really old. Not sure I can use any, but we'll be double checking those for sure. We also got 7 1959s. No nice cents and no 69S's as expected. The copper was fantastic. 3 pounds, 5 ounces in that first box. So we'll probably exceed 5 pounds easily with another Northeast box to go. Let me go ahead and clear this out of the way. Slide this over. And of course, I've already checked it. They're circulated cents. So I'm just going to get right to the hunt. I'll bring you guys back in if and when I have a find in box number 2. Second roll of box number 2 is going to give us another early wheat cent, and it's from the 30s again, but it's not one we need. A 1939 Philadelphia. Good start to box 2. Same roll, another find from the 30s. 1937 Philadelphia. We are filling up the Philadelphia minted 30s wheat cents in a hurry. Roll number 3. Our third wheat cent of the second box, reverse facing. Is it another from the 30s? No, but it is a 1940 Philadelphia. Roll number 54 of the 100 roll hunt will give us another find from the 30s, and it's one we didn't have on the board. A 1938 Philadelphia. I already made room because I already saw it. Take a look at this. 39, 38, 37, 36, 34, and 30. We're doing well. We already have 31 wheat cents. Roll 57. Wheat cent number 32. That's going to be a 1942 Philadelphia. Roll number 61. Wheat cent number 33. And that's a 1957. That is our newest wheat cent so far. Roll number 68. Wheat cent 34 is a 56 Philly. Same roll. Wheat cent number 35 of the hunt. A 1953 Denver. Roll number 69. Wheat cent number 36. A 57 Denver this time. Roll number 74. Wheat cent number 37. And that's a 49 Denver. We'll take that one. Just grabbed roll number 77 out of the box and flipped it around, and we've got a wheat cent ender, and I think it's a 48 Philly. Let's confirm it and see if it has any friends with it. Wheat cent number 38, that was the ender. We'll have a friend, and we'll get to that in a second. And it is indeed a 1948 Philadelphia. So it's 38 now. And the 39th one was just peeking out, and it's another 1941 Philadelphia. So we definitely need to scope it to see if it's one of the DDOs. All right. I don't see any of the doubling at the date. I don't see it on Liberty. And I don't see it on Trust. And I have found these before. I found 2 of them. Not the one at the date yet, though. Still, we'll take it. Another 1941. 39 wheat cents. We need 11 more to find a roll in a 2-box hunt. Roll number 81. Wheat cent 40. 10 more for 50. And that's another 1940 with a little bit of a wood grain effect to it. Same roll. We now have 41 wheat cents. And that's a 1945 Philadelphia. Roll number 92 of the hunt. Wheat cent 42 of the hunt. Another 1946 Philadelphia. Roll number 94 will give us wheat cent number 43 of the hunt. And it's going to be a 1955. I don't see the doubling that would be on there, but we'll check for that poor man's doubling. It might just be a little bit of damage, but either way, it's not the 55 double die obverse. Still, it's another nice 1955 to add to the board. Roll number 96, wheat cent 44, 1954 Philadelphia. Well, we finished that second box of this 2-box Rhode Island hunt, and thanks again, Ocean. I had a fun time going through them. They was pretty loaded with wheat cents. We have a total of 44 wheat cents on the board, and I know we didn't make it to 50. I wanted to get to 50 to make a full roll, but 44 is nothing to get mad at. That means we had 27 in the first box and 17 more in the second box. The best wheat cents, or the oldest ones, are going to be the 1917, the 1930, 1934, 36, 37, 38, and 39. We had a total of 7 wheat cents prior to 1940, and that is a solid hunt. Canadians were on point as expected, 24 of them. We'll have to see if we have any upgrades or additions there. A total of 16 1959s. Obviously, the copper's not being pulled out in the Northeast as much as I've been pulling out in my area, and especially the 59s. We did have one really nice Lincoln Memorial cent, 1963. I'll go ahead and keep that, see if it upgrades. And we ended up finding 169S, not the DDO, but still good to see. Speaking of copper, we had a lot. There's 5 pounds in the big jar, another 1 pound, 11 ounces there for a total of 6 pounds, 11 ounces of copper. Just fell short of 7 pounds, but that's a good score nonetheless. Now I have to compare all the finds to both albums, the Lincoln series and the Canadian series, and see if we have any upgrades or additions. Let me go ahead and do that, and I'll bring you back in with a look at the books and some final thoughts on today's 2-box Rhode Island hunt. Well, I have compared all of today's finds with both the Lincoln Cent album and the Canadian Small Cent albums, and we did not have any upgrades and no additions. There was a couple of close calls for upgrades in the Canadian Cent collection, but we didn't get the 85 pointed 5 despite having an 85, and we had nothing prior to 1967. We had a bird cent. All the other ones were more modern from 2002 on, and we didn't have anything from 2001 on from today's hunt. So definitely didn't get anything for the Canadian Small Cent album. And of course, despite the sheer number of wheat cents found, I couldn't make a case to upgrade anything inside this book. So now, after 255 boxes searched, we're hard stuck at 208 of the 234 cents found. And after 69 boxes worth of Canadian cent finds, we have 61 of the 115. I'll tell you now, I always enjoy searching the Northeast boxes. And even though we didn't find any varieties, I scoped probably about 40 to 50% of every coin in those 2 boxes, and it took definitely some time. Unfortunately, like I said, it didn't yield any good finds as far as varieties, but you got to look for them if you're going to find them. All that being said, we almost got 7 pounds of copper and 44 wheat cents, and that is a productive hunt. If you guys enjoyed this 2-box hunt as much as I did, I'd appreciate that thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting, and thanks for watching.